What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mekel, Kasanova, Hawaii's favorite YouTuber, host of the #1 podcast in the state of Hawaii, the Kasanova Podcast. And with that being said, it's great to be back because it's been a while since I brought you guys a video where I'm reviewing a game or any product or anything like that. It's been quite some time, and it's good that I'm back, and I'm back better than ever before, and I'm back looking as good as I always do. I can't help it, you know, peanut buttery caramel complexion, just looking good all the time. It's just how I am. But with that being said, we're coming at you with another game from NIS America. Shout out to them for giving me another amazing game to review. And it's something that you're gonna find out if you watch this video, if it's gonna have the Kasanova seal of approval, or if it's gonna be a thumbs down. Now, stay tuned because we're gonna be reviewing Max Xeno. Now, this is a game from a franchise that's over 30 years long, and this is actually the first new entry that we've got here in America in well over 10 years. I'd say so far as to say well over 15 years. And the last main canonical entry that was a mobile game actually came out in 2013. So with that being said, we're gonna find out if this JRPG is worth your time. And if it is, if you're ready to do it, I'm ready to do it. Let's do the damn thing and get into this video. You know, it's hard to believe that this game is part of an established franchise that runs about 3 decades now, dating all the way back to the original NES and Famicom. But only having so many new core titles in its lineage among a sea and plethora of remakes and console entries. Only one previous game was ever released in North America, and that game was Saga for the PlayStation 2. Now, many years later, Max Xeno is the first new entry that wasn't a mobile game since 2013. But much like many other long-running JRPG series, you really don't need to know what's happened in one particular game to approach another. In this entry, you play as Talis, who is on the lookout for allies to help turn the tides of war in favor of the remaining few humans. And one of the very few who was able to overcome the onslaught and eradication of humanity by the SONs, or the Sons, and the evil mother computer known as NOA or Noah. He's discovered by a small team of other survivors who now advise him to venture out into the vast world and look for other remaining survivors, so that humanity has some chance of being rebuilt. And in a war waged against machines, some 50 years ago, that very same computer, Noah, became sentient and almost wiped out humanity. So Noah reduced the planet honestly into a wasteland. Max Xeno comes off like a mix between a JRPG and a survival game. Your tank's single cannon only has so many shots, meaning you can only venture so far outside the base before needing to come back to replenish your inventory, regardless of your health otherwise. The beginning can be a real slog, which is punctuated by a very odd early gameplay loop that makes a horrible first impression and betrays the deep intrigue of the game once its systems begin to open up. There are on-foot sections, so not only are you managing your collection of tanks, you're also building your party members on a much smaller scale. Max Xeno even revels in opportunities to trip you up, as certain enemies are impossible to fight unless you safely are inside your tank. Now, combat works in two ways. You can attack enemies, and if a hit is not successful, then the combat will turn into an encounter, where you and your enemies take turns in shooting each other. Now beware though, since your tank's cannon, like I said earlier, it doesn't have an unlimited supply of ammo. So often you'll need to resupply. Now keep an eye on your ammo, so definitely keep that in mind. So naturally, the more you fight and win battles, the more you will level up, and as you level up, you will get new abilities and skills that not only for Talis, but Talis will also learn new job ranks which will help you on your quest. Enemy battles are random, and they're not always visible on the map until you go into the shooting mode. There are many classes available for you to try. Talis will start out with the Hunter class, but there are others that you can make the most of, including the Sniper, Decoy, Mechanic, Survivor classes, and the like. Talis will have a number of opportunities to have members join his party, and all will have different classes so that you can pick and choose what is needed and build a party that just feels right and balance things out. You get more characters to join you, more tanks, and more parts. Metal Max Xeno then becomes as much of a deep, ultra customizable party building game as it is a plotting JRPG. You get new weapons for your tank with variety and various properties, new engines that increase shields and carrying capacity. You get to modify the actual structure of each tank to suit different combat needs, attach special abilities, and so on and so forth, and just wow. Once you get to this point, the game becomes much more comfortable and friendly, and there's great satisfaction in tinkering with your tank collection to find the most seemingly broke, damaging kits you can make out of the resources that you have. Now, all in all, Metal Max isn't all about eye-popping presentation, but all about the gameplay. But that doesn't mean that the game is far from attractive. The characters are well designed and also well voiced to breathe life into each one of them nicely, giving the game more emotion, and it certainly has a very anime-driven feel to it. Think Fist of the North Star meets The Road Warrior, as the environments don't really give off a dark and gloomy feel like a realistic type of game would. Its effective use of cell shading adds a cool element to the game and once again gives the game a more down-to-earth feel rather than feeling too threatening. If you're out on the market for a new RPG to play, then definitely give this one a try because it won't disappoint. This game is a gem, it's definitely a sleeper hit, and this game is Kasanova approved. And with that being said, that wraps up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had fun doing this off-the-cuff style intro and exit, and I think this game is phenomenal. It's definitely Kasanova approved. It's something I think you should go out and buy and you'll enjoy. It's definitely a sleeper hit of the year. And yeah, again, thank you to NIS America for hooking me up with a review code. I love working with you guys, especially Kasanova Games. You guys are phenomenal. Keep bringing the hits. I will keep reviewing them and keep bringing them to you, the audience. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content come from Mekel Kasanova, or if you want more content for the Kasanova podcast, I know it's been a while since I've done a podcast episode. We got some ones in the works. Don't worry about it. It's coming. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All that great stuff. And as always, you know how we like to say, deuces wild, too sweet, be the elite. I'll catch you. My peanut butter caramel complexion in the next one.